Okay, here's the tier list. Ranking time. So you guys look at this list. I think I got everybody. Let me know what you think. But I tried to think of all the prominent people that we run into in the game. Of course, the main 6, all the god generals, the king, Van, side characters, secret character. I think I got everybody, but let me know. Also, can I edit this? Can I edit the title? Ranking. Tales of the Abyss. Look at all the names that I tried. Tales of the Abyss character tier list. Can I change it? I think I can change it. Right? Yeah, I did. Ha ha ha! I did. Here's the Dark Wings. I even put Florian on here. Okay, we absolutely know I'm gonna put Moe's in the word because I fucking hate Moe's. Like, I don't like to use the word hate too often unless I absolutely hate something. Like animal abusers. I hate animal abusers. I hate child abusers. I hate Moe's. Okay, those are horrible people. Moe's is a horrible character. He's a horrible character. He's actually a great character, but he's a horrible character. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, absolute worst is Moe's. Okay, Arietta. I like Arietta, but I will argue she is quite annoying at some times, but she's been through a lot, you know? She's been through a lot. I think... I don't like how she picks fights with Annis constantly because she doesn't know the whole story behind Annis. She just well, not behind Annis, I should say behind Ion. She doesn't know that he's not really who she was guarding, but I will say great. Arietta is great. Arietta the Wild is great. Okay, Ash. I absolutely think Ash is amazing. No, I love Ash. Actually, yeah, I love Ash. I think Ash is great. He's such a dick, but he has a right to be a dick, honestly. I don't think he's perfect. But I don't think he's supposed to be perfect because he's very if you look at his life, he's very tragic. You know, he had his life stolen. There's a reason. He's not the replica. So Ash, the reason that I love Ash is because he's very misunderstood. He had his life stolen from out from under him by Van. But I mean, it's not Luke's fault. It's Van's fault. But he has a lot of hatred towards Luke, which I get. I would fucking hate Luke if I was Ash too. But he's very misunderstood. He's very tragic. He has a lot going on. I just love and I feel for Ash. I really, really feel for Ash. So that's why I think he's S rank. Dist, I think, is also amazing. I love Dist. Dist is also another amazing character. I mean, I'm not going to spoil everything, but I think Dist he has a lot to give, but he was also, just like Jade, he was very... he had a lot of tragedy going on as a child. Okay, next is Largo. I think Largo is great. I like Largo. I love all the god generals. I do. I think he's just kind of like, he's great, but he's like not... I don't always think about him, you know? Like when I think of the god generals, I think of Dist, Ash, and Lagretta usually, and Sync, not Largo. Or Arietta as much. I always think of those first 4 the most. He's not bad. Yeah, Cynic, exactly. I'm on the same wavelength as you. I think he's the worst god general, but I don't think he's bad at all. I just think he's like not the best. Yeah, I agree. Now Lagretta, on the other hand, I think is amazing. I really like Lagretta. She is a bit too much like Van is great. But you know, considering she's in love with Van, you know, I get it. But she's one of the most powerful god generals. She'll kick your ass with 2 guns. Literally, she'll hit you like a Mack truck in the game, especially in hard mode and above. She's quick. I mean, she's called Lagretta the Quick. She's beautiful. And she's Tyr's mentor. Sync is next. Sync the Tempest. I think Sync is... I think Sync is amazing. I don't love everything about Sync. S is for love everything about them. Even though Dis is a crazy ass, I do love everything about him. I don't like how Sync handles things sometimes. I love Sync. He's one of my favorites. But he is mean. He is vile. Sometimes he's very, very mean. And I mean, I get it. He's also a replica. And he was cast aside. Thrown in the trash, basically. I get it. Oh God, I have a love-hate relationship with Annis. Let's see. She is a butthole, and she's a gold digger. I think she's great. Okay, Annis is great. She's my least favorite of the main character party. She's great, though. You know, no, I can't. I have to move her to amazing because I think all the main party is amazing. I mean, you guys will see, but I can't really do the main party below A because I think they're all great. She doesn't have anybody other than Ion to rely on until, you know, Luke, Jade, Guy, Tyr, and Natalia come around, and then they become really close. But she doesn't have anybody really to rely on in her life, and she's 13. Guy is easily S. Okay, Ion is easily S. Jade is easily S. Luke is easily S. I think Mew is easily A. Tokunaga's A. Natalia's S. Tyr's S. Absolutely. Actually, hold on. Natalia's amazing. The rest of them, yes. I absolutely think they're all amazing. I think Guy is a wonderful character. I love Guy. I wish I had a Guy. I wish I had a Guy Cecil in real life. Not to date. That's Luke. But to be friends with. I love Guy. I think he's amazing. Not only does he have a sense of humor, he's kind, he's caring, he's gorgeous, he is brave, he, spoiler, watched his parents die in front of him. And his sister and his family, his whole family. He's strong. He's a great character. Ion is also amazing. I think, I mean, Ion is a replica, but I think Ion is so sweet and caring, and he sacrifices himself. So I think he's great. Natalia I put as a B because I think Natalia is... Annis and Natalia irk me just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. I love them both, but they irk me just a tiny bit. And she's so snotty in the beginning, but she becomes so much better. And she grows, and she's, you know, she's this beautiful... She's literally the queen of Kemlaska. She should be over her father. Her father's a turd head. Even after finding out what she finds out about her past and who she is, she perseveres. Let's see. Mew, I don't have much to say about Mew or Tokunaga. I just think Tokunaga doesn't speak. I just had to include him. I had to include Tokunaga, okay. You know, Mew causes a fire in his little village of Cheagles, and he's so strong and sweet, and he's always with Luke. Master. He's always with Luke, and I don't know, I just think he's a great little character. Cynic! You stinker. Okay.
Tokunaga. We got Tokunaga here.
Thank you for that. I know a lot of people can't get past that for Luke. But he really does take a turn later on. It's just, he's so much better to Mew later. And I know I hate it too, but God, there's no justification for it, but Luke has been through a lot. I mean, they all have been through a lot, to be fair. Next is Jade. I gotta explain my Jade S tier. So Jade, I think, Jade is literally the necromancer. Jade is, I think, an S tier ranking because he is wonderful. I think he acts all cold. He's a colonel in the military, in the Malkuth military. He acts all cold, like he doesn't give a fuck about anybody but himself. He softens so much, though, later in the game. You can tell. He softens so much, and he's so cold in the beginning, but he's so soft in the end. And he's been through a lot, to be fair. Him and Dist both have been through a lot. I just think he's worthy of S because of the growth that Jade experiences. I think Jade goes from being such a cold-hearted bastard necromancer. He goes from that to being such a well-rounded, fairly selfless. Like, he really does, you can tell in the later parts of the game, he really does care. He jokes things off, he makes jokes, he makes little comments about, oh, haha, he doesn't care about anything, but he really does. And he's super strong. He's also gorgeous. Like, he's great. Okay, I don't really need to explain Tyr and Luke, my justification for why they're S-tier characters, but I will. Let's do Tyr first, because Luke will probably be more long-winded. Tyr, I think, is great because Tyr is also kind of really cold-hearted when you first meet her. She literally has one agenda, and that is to destroy Van. And you don't really know why until much later. Tyr is so strong. She's beautiful. She's elegant. She has a sweet, kind heart. Caring heart. She tries her best to take care of Luke, even though he's a massive dickhead to her in the beginning. Yet she still fucking takes care of him and gets him back to where he needs to go because she's not going to leave him there. Tyr, even when she gets sick later in the game, she gets that miasma poisoning. She doesn't tell anybody. They have to find out on their own, and she's like fainting and shit. And just because she doesn't want to be a burden, she grows so much. She loves, like, she grows to love everyone. She cares for everyone. She falls in love with Luke. Like, she's beautiful. I love Tyr. Like, that, I love Tyr. Tyr is my favorite female character of the entire series. I love her. I won't take slander either. Yeah, Ash, I won't. And I think Luke is the most well written, and that leads me to why I put S tier, why I put Luke as S tier. I know a lot of people can't get past Luke's first section, demeanor in the first part of the game. I know that, and I get it. But I encourage everyone to please continue and then see what you think. If you still don't like him, that's fine. You don't have to agree with me or all of us that love Luke. But I will say, if you cannot fucking see the character growth in him, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with someone that doesn't see that. If you don't like him still, that's a different story. But if you cannot see the character growth in him, I don't know what's wrong with, I don't know what is wrong with people, and I don't care to be an asshole about that. I don't care. He grows from being this like little twerp, spoiled brat that steals apples. Not steals, not on purpose, but he's literally stealing because he doesn't know that he has to pay for them. He's like, oh, charge the castle. Well, it doesn't. The world doesn't work that way, Tyr says. After literally killing people by accident, thousands of people by accident, hundreds of people, actually, I don't remember how many, but causing so many deaths by accident that he is responsible for his own actions. He is responsible for his own life. And then he gets another bash. Like, not only does that happen because of Van's manipulation, not Luke's. I mean, I blame, like, of course you have to blame Luke to an extent, but it's at the end of the day, it's Van's fucking fault. Van's the manipulator. From then on out, Luke makes his own decisions. And Luke, I think, he realizes, again, that he has to make his own decisions, and he has to realize that his actions have consequences. And when he finds out he's a replica, that's another big, I mean, imagine doing going through what Luke went through and then realizing you're a fake. What? Imagine going through that. Just imagine for a second going through that. He still perseveres and dealing with Ash's grumpy ass. Like he's still, I mean, I get why Ash is grumpy. I totally understand, but he's grumpy, okay? And Luke has to deal with him. Imagine going through all of that, okay? I mean, look where Luke ends up. I've had people come in my chat and, you know, I'm not calling anybody out at all, but because you can disagree with me. I totally respect that. But I don't get how people are like, well, I don't see the growth. How the fuck can you not? Luke is one of the most well-written characters. Exactly, Ash. Luke is one of the most well-written characters of the entire series. And I haven't played every single game, but I played a lot of them. He does a 360. He's wonderful. Okay, Van's stinky. I don't think Van's amazing. I think Van's amazing. Yeah, I do. Van is a very good villain. He literally manipulates everybody he comes in contact with. Mostly Luke. But I think his character development is amazing. I don't think he's amazing in terms of like, I think he's a mean person. I think he's a very bad person, but I don't think he started out bad. He's Tyr's brother, and I think that he starts out great before we meet him. And this is just me justifying what I think. So please feel free to disagree. I would like to hear opinions. Is this Almondine? I think this is Almondine. He's I don't know. Alpine's He's the right hand toady of King Engelbert. Cecile and Frings? Okay, they're great. Okay. I think they're great. Both Cecile and Frings. You don't see a lot of them. They're only in the side quests. If we don't remember, Cecile is with Kim Loska, military, and Frings is with Malkuth, but they love each other. You have to do side quests to basically, yeah. Nebulum, I think, is great. I only know a little bit about her. Or I should say I only remember a little bit about her, but she's pretty cool. She's pretty damn cool. Darkwings, their story is short but sweet. It's very sad. I think they're great. Me personally, I think the Darkwings, while we're talking about them, York, Nyor, and Urushi? Is that his name? Urushi? I think they're great. They annoy me a little bit, but I think they're great. Rose, we only see Rose one time. Yulia, for what she is, she's great. I don't really have any justification on that. How do we feel about, this is class I and class M. They're the old fogies in what's that city? Oh god, what's that city called? Not Balkand. Oh lord. Not Balkand. What is it called? Let's borrow Fenimore real quick so we can put her on F. Oh, I would put her on. Ooh, she'd be lower than Mose. Let's see. Okay, and this is Goldberg. We'll put him in I don't know, D. Spinoza is the worst. We hate Spinoza. Spinoza is the cause for a lot of drama in Belkand and a lot of bullshit. And he also causes a lot of these deaths. Okay, class I, because I like them a lot, but I don't love, like, they're, you know, they're not that. I mean, they're important. Don't get me wrong. They're very important. I'm going to put them as a C because they are characters of the game. So that's why I included them. Florian, I think, is a great character. We don't know a lot about Florian, at least in the game. I think doesn't the manga expand a little bit on him? I don't really know. I don't remember a lot about him, to be honest. I will say, so Noelle and Genji, I think Noelle and Genji are great because, well, they help us. I mean, we have to save Genji's ass. Noelle is great because she drives us everywhere in the Albior. She literally, not drives, she flies us everywhere in the Albior. And then Genji, we save him. He's a sweet little guy and we save him. And then he drives he flies Ash everywhere. They're clutch, yes. Okay. Peony and Effrey, on the other hand. I fucking love Peony's pervy ass, okay? I love Peony.
I suppose that if those three cute girls begged a little...
I kind of want to put... I love Peony. I kind of want to put him as S tier, but I don't know if I should. Because Peony has flaws, you know? Peony is very flawed. And I love his relationship with Jade. And I think he does a lot of good for Grand Kokma and the Kingdom of Malkuth. I don't think Peony belittles, but I don't love how he talks to women sometimes. I don't love that. That's the only beef I have with Peony, because I'm just like, all right, dude, chill. I just wish he wouldn't talk like that sometimes. But that's me. That's coming from a female perspective, so I don't know. That's just how I feel. And in terms of Nefri, well, Nefri is Jade's sister, so she automatically is amazing. She has to deal with Jade her entire life. Actually, I'm going to put Nefri in great, because, again, I don't know a lot about her, other than that she's Jade's sister, but I do think she's great for what she is. I think Peony has a good heart, and I think his intentions are good. Even though he's a bit much on the verbiage in terms of flirtatiousness sometimes, I think he has a good heart. Herzog. I always forget his name. Herzog Fabre. I don't really like him. I don't really like Duke Fabre. He's not he's not the worst. He's mediocre. No, I don't like him. No, I don't like him. Actually, I'm gonna put Rose here because Rose is nice. Rose is really nice. The whole fucking Kim Laska court, they're dicks. I don't like them. All of them are buttholes. I don't really like them. Okay. Also say hi to Tokunaga, everybody. Lastly, okay, we put Horzerg here. Duke Fabre here because he's a complete asshole. I don't like him. Now, Luke's mother, on the other hand, Suzanne, I think Suzanne's great. I like Suzanne. We don't really experience a lot of her other than going to the fucking horrendous Mushroom Road and getting an antidote for her and stuff. She's very good to Luke, though. Even when she finds out that Luke's not Luke and Ash is really Luke, she's sweet. Suzanne is very sweet and she's got a good heart, even though she's married to fucking Duke Fabre. She's a good, sweet character, so that's why she's great. King Engelbert is mediocre. I don't really like King Engelbert. I think Natalia deserves the throne, and I don't like how he just completely thinks about disowning Natalia when he finds out that Natalia is Largo's daughter and not his own. And it's like, bitch, you raised her. She's all you know. How dare you consider, like, her not being your own daughter? How dare you? That's why I have beef with King Engelbert. I don't like how he treats Natalia when that whole shit goes down. I don't like it. Okay. Lastly, we have Mary, Pear, and Teodoro. These are pretty simple, I think. I couldn't find a good picture of Teodoro, so I had to get one from the game. Is he the only one I grabbed from the game? I think it is, because there's like nothing on Teodoro. I think Teodoro is great, because not only is he Tyr's grandfather and only living relative other than Van's stupid ass, he basically raised Tyr and Van. He does his best to maintain peace, and I think he tries to balance everybody's wishes, which I guess that's maintaining peace. But I think he does his best to balance the opinions and the treaties as much as possible, because Yulia City is kind of a median, a middle ground for Kim Laska and Malkuth there for a hot minute in the game. I think Mary's great. We don't know a lot about her, so that's why I'm not putting her as amazing, because honestly I don't know that much about her, but she's Guy's sister, so she's got to be great in some way. She's Guylardia's sister, okay? Wait, no, hold on. No, this is a reasoning. She's amazing because she saved Guy. She's a good sister, and that's why I'm putting her as amazing, simply because she saves Guy's life. She sacrifices herself. She saves Guy's life when Duke Fabre's stupid ass is coming in there and killing them, literally slaughtering his family in front of him. She sacrifices herself, and the only reason Guy lives is because he's under a pile of bodies, which is one of the most tragic things I've ever seen in a game. And I will argue about that. I think Guy is one of the most tragic characters. Probably even more so. I mean, we shouldn't compare, But I think he's a little bit more tragic than Luke. I mean, I actually, Cynic, I think you and I, and maybe a few others, were talking about, like, how tragic each one of them were. Each character, each MC was at some point. And I think Guy is, and this is just my opinion, but I think Guy and Ash, I think, are some of the most most tragic because of what they've been through. Jade too. Jade just, I think, handles it a little bit better. Guy still clearly has PTSD from it, which I would too. And then Pear, I think Pear is great in his own way. We don't know a lot about him, but he's there and he's nice and he's kind to Guy and Luke, and he's a gardener at the Duke Manor, the Faber Manor. So I think he's nice. Yeah, he's great. And there we go. There's my list. Can I say?